diffuser, but time is not in his favor. He has a challenge, a shotgun close, and Wood's gonna get it!
Do some damage. Nikolai from the backside! Finds Wisdom again! It would be a big one. He's finding the first. Can he find it? Swinging in!
What? Left in a 1v3. Make that a 1v2. Make that a 1v1. Oh my goodness, Nitro sell out. And who's gonna stop him? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to SCS Season 6. Week number 2. We got some elimination games coming up. My name is CDAPS. Joined to my side is Mr. Cookies, as always. How are you doing today?
I'm just happy to have you back. You know, you left.
I did, and it was.
I thought you were gone for good, man.
Not
I thought they were just gonna,
right back with you.
I thought they were gonna just sign you up to the big leagues forever, and I was just. I'd be without you, CDAPS. I'm so happy you're back. I'm gonna cry right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to that one because I mean I guess one of these teams are probably gonna be crying after the game. We got ECLECTIQ versus Soup. It's an elimination. Whoever loses, they're straight out of the league.
Yeah, there's. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's not like a relegation. You know what I mean? There's no. They just get to try again.
Gone.
Next qual. Try again. Goodbye. You got O2. Goodbye. Later.
It's cutthroat. That's the best kind of format because, you know, it's at least it's not BO1s. You know, we got BO3s. You've got enough of a chance, but, you know, if you can't cut it, you can't cut it. You're gone. Flat out.
Full stop, baby. This is showtime. This is the big leagues. We're playing for big stuff here. Some
Pro-am
serious pro-amage. You know, we just watched One Shot lose to ECLECTIQ. And I guess this is a really a defining moment for ECLECTIQ. Bunch of young guys just brand new to competitive. Troll map. I didn't write that, so that's a surprise. So apparently it is a troll map pick that they did last week. Going to bank. What are they thinking? I don't know. But this is a young team. Inexperienced. A lot of these guys just started playing comp like 5 seconds ago. Not really, but literally SCS. For a lot of them, it's their first big league. This team, their first real team. So this is... It's rough. It's rough, and they're gonna have to learn really quickly because otherwise, if they don't, they're just gonna be out after 2 games, 1 shot, and then here they are against Soup.
I mean, hey, in Soup, they played pretty well against ECLECTIQ. If you watched just map 1 in that series, you were probably thinking, oh no, Asher's Goons, they're going and just gonna be obliterated. But Waltz, Packrat, Snake, X-Stars, and Nacho, a lot of these players, they have a lot of mechanical skill. And it's a bug stack style team. They like being aggressive. They're going to be in your face. They're going to be running all over the place. Roams here, rushes on attacks. It's going to be very, very hard to, you know, pin down, especially with ECLECTIQ. They're a lot more of a structured style team. They like to be a little bit more reserved. And when you're going up against the Snake and Slinky wombo combo, it's going to be very difficult. And we don't know how exactly ECLECTIQ are going to try to stop that.
It's funny you say Slinky because I don't remember seeing Slinky in the roster there. What's happening?
I was reading the point.
I'm guessing Slinky is going to be plays somebody. I don't know who yet. Well, I'll leave it as a surprise for you all. We do know who's playing though. Z. I don't know. I guess his name's just Z, and he's been pretty clinical for his team on that Ayana.
We do have news though, CJ. It is Waltz that is out of town.
So it's gonna be Waltz for Slinky.
It'll be Slinky for Waltz.
Interesting. I mean, the guy's name's Slinky. I mean, so he must be nasty, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. At least it's not Z that's out, right? At least it's not Snake that's out. Snake is just... I don't know. Someone's got to check his PC. Where's that copy pasta where it's like check his PC? I don't know. The guy just... makes the game look way too easy. He's way too good at it.
Yeah, he was doing some very interesting stuff. We saw him like jumping out of secret stairs, and it's like, oh man, there's no chance that ECLECTIQ are gonna bounce back from this. They're gonna have their mental chalk, but hey, maybe they'll get Clubhouse in our map ban veto. CJ, we got that coming up.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of ECLECTIQ, they did bounce back. It seemed as if a team like Soup struggled with the depth of their map pool. ECLECTIQ's going to be taking Chalet, looks like, while Soup's going to be going to Oregon. I mean, again, you can't expect Soup to be playing the Banks and the whatever, even though ECLECTIQ apparently, they trolled their map picks. Stink at Bank. We're not going to be going to it. We're going to be going to Oregon, Chalet, and Clubhouse, maybe. Depending on if someone just gets 2-0'd here. But, I don't know. I like Oregon for Soup, but I don't know. I think what really did Soup in against ECLECTIQ was just kind of, they ran out of steam on the more complex maps, the cafes and whatnot. So I'm not so sure if Chalet will go the same way that Oregon might go for Soup, which I think will go really well for Soup.
We did get to see ECLECTIQ's Chalet against One Shot, who are a pretty good Chalet team, and they definitely kept it close. Just a couple of rounds here and there could have gone into ECLECTIQ's favor, and you're like, oh man, they would have won that game, but hey, an L is an L. But you can kind of take solace if it's against a strong team that has history being strong on a specific map. And it just leaves Ty, the only man once again to go for ECLECTIQ. All of us are all in on the Soup train, right, CJ?
Yeah, in this context. I learned a lot about it. Like, they're just newer guys. It's hard to pick a team that is literally just like fresh out of just ranked academy to come in here and do well against established T3 players. I mean, there's a lot of more established and, dare I say, experience on the side of Soup. So it's hard to pick against that. And I'll defend Ty. Okay. Last game he picked with the rest of us. He picked who was it? One Shot. He didn't make the crazy pick last series. It was Ferme that was picking crazy, but I guess now Ty's back to his. Yeah. Ty's just back to his normal activities, I guess. I don't know. He was sensible for one series. Now he's back to picking against the grain. I don't know.
I mean, Ty's a fun guy, but he definitely does like to do a little bit of trolling with his picks. So it's probably going to be a recurring theme throughout the entirety of the season, just like our first map of Oregon, CJ. It's a fun one.
You think so? It's one of my favorite maps to watch. I think it's exciting. I think it's explosive and unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. With a pug stack versus a more structured team, I think we kind of know how it's going to go.
Well, who would you describe as structured in this scenario, actually?
ECLECTIQ is a little bit more structured. They at least try to. I guess that's the key word, is that they try to play a little bit more structured. They don't like full in, like let the devil on their shoulder win. They let the angel sometimes say like, yeah, let's actually drone before we push.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see. It's not like crazy time with the ECLECTIQ. I don't know. We'll see. All I know, we have a, I don't know. I think it's going to be like, some people say Oregon's this and that and this and that and the other. I honestly have no idea how this is going to go. You said ECLECTIQ's very organized.
They try to be organized.
They try.
We'll say try.
Soup's crazy and all this, whatever. Let's see how it pans out on a map like Oregon. It might be coin flippy for all we know. Maybe.
But considering that Soup have, picked this map, I feel like they're going to be in their home habitat. They're going to be just running around, feeling comfortable on their roams. It's going to be really hard for ECLECTIQ to get those clears going as soon as we see the defensive side. And probably for Soup's attacks, they're just going to be picking the guns, I feel like we're going to see some Twitch action and a whole bunch of just prolific attacking rifles that they're just going to try to simplify the game down. And on an equalizer map like Oregon, you can do that sometimes, CJ.
What's so for ECLECTIQ? It's an equalizer. I said the experience is much stacked against them. No, again, Soup's playing with the sub. Slinky. Y'all can't see it, but he's tagged up in the lobby like back, or who is it has surf name? Like Snake, rather. They're both from some surf roster. I'm not sure which, but
like
we're going to be getting into
surf roster.
Yeah, like what the hell was this roster? Because I don't remember a Slinky on any surf that I remember watching.
think it was with
Well, that's-
Packrat too. I think Packrat was also on that team. It was like a couple NSGs ago.
I suppose. I'm gonna take your word for it. I remember Packrat on title. I don't even remember him on. I literally don't remember this. But let's see. Take a guess on what the ban is.
Thatcher.
Take a shot if it's Thatcher. Okay, here we go. Take another shot. Oh. This one that's coming up is kind of surprising.
I'm thinking Flores.
Are you? Wow, you're so smart. You predicted that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. What do you think's next?
Either Valk or Mira. Lean the Valk.
Okay. You know what I'm going to go with here?
Mm-hmm. What you gonna go with?
I'm going to go with Cade because there's Thatcher.
That does make a lot of sense. I'll give you that one.
I'm going to go with Cade here. Wow. Dude, we are so like
We are like so smart. Like, oh my gosh.
we're actual geniuses. But
See, the joke's on you, CJ. I'm not in the parsec. I'm only in the vmix feed, so I couldn't have cheated. 'Cause I only
really,
have one monitor.
I mean, I couldn't cheat either. I'm stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So like, wow. I just want to direct your attention to that castle. Like,
That castle card is drippy.
all I'm gonna say is anyone that complained about the UI and said like this patch wasn't whatever, like that. There's this castle one. There's a sledge one I've been seeing. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. I like all the colors too. It kind of makes it less boring. Some people have a complaint about this game, but hey, starting off in the basement with a castle room, a little bit of an extension, some mute vigil action going on. I wonder if they're going to go off site, CJ, with castle barricades and drone denial.
I don't know. It might be inspired by a team that is currently professional status.
I guess,
Maybe.
yes. The old Parabellum. This is, I mean, once again, I said it when they brought out that strat. It's a really old strat. It's almost 2 years old now. Year and a half-ish. However long, like, when Oregon got reworked, that's when they started doing that roam. And a lot of teams have now gotten to a point where it's like, yeah, it's the SSG roam of Oregon, and a lot of teams have their own variations, little tips and tricks on it. And for the side of ECLECTIQ's defense, they don't really have a whole lot of third floor presence, but you know, Soup has a lot of right next to the bomb site presence.
So Soup just said, whatever you're talking about, we don't care. We're just going to rush down the stairs to our deaths. Just snaking X-Stars now. I don't think you got to finish explaining that before the round basically ended. ECLECTIQ, holding firm. Though this isn't over yet, and let me tell you, Soup is more than capable of resuscitating a dead round. Against ECLECTIQ, we saw that about 700 times. Castle barricade right in front of the open hatch. Would have been a start to the comeback, but it looks like Snake wasn't looking that direction, so survive for now. Refiring coming out from Slinky, the new stand-in, who's also just on blinkingly low HP. Well, does Soup have it in them?
You know, it's not the worst position in the world because a lot of the Toxic Babes have been expended on the side of the ECLECTIQ defense, but they still have all their shields up and a lot of castle barricades, a lot of mobility through the soft walls that we're just kind of watching Snake watch goons make rotation holes, as it's just a stalemate. Soup, they're just waiting for any opening to happen as X-Stars. He creeps down Freezer. Slinky, he stays over towards main, and you have pressure over towards E-Box. Very segmented on the side of Soup. Once again, they're just waiting for their time to strike. They're going to see if they can get a free kill, make this man advantage even, then try to press the issue and explode onto the site.
Pressing the issue indeed. Sledge. Crouch walking and considering whether he wants to push. I mean, I don't think the word stalemate does it justice. Snake's finally going to drop, but he doesn't look up the stairs. He looks down instead. That's going to cost him his life. and perhaps any chance at winning this round. Two very low HP attackers. X-Star's getting shot in the back and just not even reacting to it, leaving just Slinky, the stand-in. Or honestly, I mean, at this point, they're not able to take this series. This could just be it. Forget standing in. Slinky. At this point, just play for the kill. Shield in his face. He's been pre-firing the shield for the past minute and 50 seconds. Kills Semi, but Aiko's gonna trade that back immediately. ECLECTIQ resisting that roam pretty damn nicely, I must say. There was a good chance that would have just been a slaughter, but ECLECTIQ didn't let that timeline happen.
I think the most impressive thing for ECLECTIQ was the fact that, yes, they had a massive man advantage and they were just kind of sitting and chilling, but they didn't overpeak at all. And in T3, you really forced Soup's side, and I was like, yeah, they're just playing for a pick, and eventually ECLECTIQ's going to give them one, because you're just used to seeing that over and over again. But ECLECTIQ were like, nah, they played smart. All those kills, they were stoic 1Ks as if they were Wichita Wolves players, right, CJ?
Oh, yes, I got him. Yes.
I'm going to capitalize on this and run up to the roof and drone. I am the Reed.
Pretty solid defense to start. Goons. Dagoon. Slapping barricades. And we see a tertiary start right out of the gate here for ECLECTIQ. Pulling out all the stops here in this elimination game. Let's see. Semi's doing regular barricades. I mean, forget a cast. Halfway opening it. I guess to rotate through later. And we see rotation in attic as well for ECLECTIQ. I imagine there's gonna be an opportunity to reinforce over that later. Perhaps gonna hold a reinforcement in the pocket.
Yeah, I mean, tertiary bomb sites on Oregon are kind of where the match, you know, it can be won or lost. Because, you know, if the other team is a little bit better at defending those tertiary sites, or heck, even one of your primary or secondaries fails, you know, that's where you can pick up the slack. But with meeting, it can be hard to defend at times, just because if you get big tower control, you can go for the plant and establish some pretty lethal post-plant positions with very minimal map control required, especially because Cade is banned. You don't really have to do a whole lot to get that wall opened. You don't have to fight it. You can maybe just make a map hole at the bottom to get rid of the mute jammer. But you have to worry about the mute himself as Packrat down below. Trying to keep that basement pressure is going to find out the hard way.
Packrat not peering a little bit too deeply into the site. Gonna lose his life just immediately. Not sure if he actually even got an air jab off or anything.
I would hope and assume he put some, like, on, like, the freezer door or something to try to help stop the flanks.
Yeah, he died rather quickly, and we see there's a shield and attic to prevent any sort of funny business to peek, you know, from the attackers peeking down into the site at any point from that hatch, meaning this is a very one-dimensional push.
Yes.
From Soup at the moment. We've seen Snake be the lurker coming from crazy directions before.
But these can work on this tertiary, on this site in particular. You don't really need a whole lot.
Especially when, quite frankly, there's no plant denial really except some guns. He's going to kill Nacho. C4's going to come, but it's going to come way too late. Somehow, some way, though. This round's still in the favor of ECLECTIQ. Snake holding down attic and Slinky holding the other direction. This green hall. But the air jab's not being present on the stairs. It's going to allow for Heiko to just kind of push up, deal with Slinky, and it's just Snake. In a 1 versus 4. And he's not even going to get a chance. Not even going to get a chance to pull the pin on the grenade fully before ECLECTIQ diffuses the... disables the diffuser, and takes the round.
That shotgun caught me off guard. Not going to lie. That one pump from that range, I'd be a little bit upset, but hey. IQ, he believed in the shotgun, and it believed back in him. And a really good retake from ECLECTIQ, as they kind of just, once again, that bomb site is not that hard to attack. You can get in, you can get the bomb down, but trying to stop the retake, that's what's really difficult. And all the ECLECTIQ guys, they were on the same page. They pushed in unison. It was a real joy to watch.
Yeah, you saw, I mean, who needs plant denial, right?
Yeah.
Your taking is very valid.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being used by attackers.
Yeah, I'm now realizing that. I was hoping that because Packrat entered the basement that maybe he put down an air jab or two before sticking his face in the hatch and staring up. But I don't think he did. I don't think he did.
Yeah, I'm about 99% sure he didn't. He just kind of walked in there.
It's like, huh, you know, maybe I'll scoop a freebie, but instead became that freebie, you know, Hunter becoming the hunted, and all of a sudden, air jabs, which are insanely powerful on this map because of how linear it can become. It's just, poof, gone.
5 seconds to insertion. Attackers are
Well, ECLECTIQ now taking, I mean, basically picking wherever they want to go, and Soup just having to deal with it. Not dealing with it very well. We see an armory hold here with the patch reinforced. ADS is down. Goons sitting here. What's he thinking about? Entries flying through the barricades on the west side of the map, clearing over, looking to find someone from ECLECTIQ. There's a mute downstairs still shotgunning. And I don't know, I mean, Soup is moving with some intensity right now.
They've moved with intensity every round.
As if they know that there's so much of a setup on, I guess, the armory side of things. I say that, and Duke's just in tower. Rooney.
And your flank watch dead first 2 rounds in a row. You know, the Nomad could have been pretty nice to have, especially if the big window take is what's on the table for the Soup attackers. You know, all you have to do is put an air jab on Z and an air jab towards green, and boom. They can't touch you unless there's a rotate hole on like meeting wall or something like that. You can just kind of leave a drone in meeting to make sure that they can't do anything. But now there's a whole lot more avenues that the attackers are going to have to worry about as they're slowly taking control of security. They're going to go down below, maybe a couple of drones upstairs to remove Goyo shields from down under, reaching charges to make the mobility of the downstairs pressure a little bit better. Let it breathe, let it flow a little bit more. As Duke, he's trying to let his body do the flowing. He's going to be flanking through Z, and once again, there's not an air jab to stop him because poor Packrat is dead. It doesn't seem like the Maverick or even the Zofia have any idea he's there till it's too late.
And I'm talking about inexperience. That's an experienced play there to get those kills and then rotate away. He's not going for the YouTube clip. He's playing for the round win. He might get just that as Snake trying to sneak his way, slither his way into the side here. But ECLECTIQ's ready for it. He's not going to be able to find anything on that crouch walk, and honestly, I'm not sure if he's going to be... I don't think they're going to open the opportunity up for him. Semi's just laying here on the ground, under the foosball table. Snake just cloning, trying to find some sort of opening, and I mean, thus far, through these 3 rounds, Soup has not found any sort of respite whatsoever. C4 flying out, Snake doesn't react to it in time. Cost him his life, and the last 2 attackers on the big window. This is less than ideal for multiple reasons. X-Star's going to go to white stairs, but that's where Snake just met his maker. And it looks like that's where X-Stars will, well, he will be buried as well. A flawless round for ECLECTIQ. 3 rounds in a row where, I mean, Soup didn't get a whole lot of anything going.
Yeah, that was... Soup, they have the ideas, but once again, like, you don't necessarily want to pin a whole lot of stuff onto one player, but Packrat without the air jabs, it's pretty hard to have your flank watch die first, especially when ECLECTIQ, they seem to realize that. Activating Duke to just on the Aruni be like, hey, we killed the Nomad and Big Tower, which means that there's no way he got to Z, was able to put down any air jabs in very pertinent places. And boom, just sit in Z and wait for players who are conditioned and realize that usually those positions are air jabbed off and they aren't going to feel pressure as they're moving from security into white, or even from bathroom hall up white stairs to start putting pressure. They aren't really used to having to check that area, and boom, it's punished. And they even got all the way back up the site. The flawless round. Once again, ECLECTIQ, they aren't over peaking, they aren't doing anything crazy, they're just playing really solid fundamental Siege.
Soup just isn't. We've got a Nomad over peaking. not getting the air jabs down. We've got, I don't know, a lot of disjointedness. You have to wonder, what does Waltz really mean for this team? Because keep in mind, Waltz was not only was he just dropping 17, 18 kills, willing his team to victory previously. He's also on the hard support, which to me lends itself to the idea that he was maybe, perhaps, just a hunch that he could have been a significant leader for the team. He's just not here anymore. Wondering if it's not too early to speculate, that is. Wondering if that's something that can be pointed to why Soup's struggling so much. And once again, we're seeing a roam. This point, this is like the Himalayas in terms of an obstacle for Soup. Can they actually coordinate a roam clear against ECLECTIQ? A lot of drones going down there. I think that was at least 2 of them killed by the mute. With only 5 left, I mean, we are literally, we are 40, what? I can't do math. 55 seconds into the round. And they already have 4 drones left.
Yep. There are 5 drones remaining, actually, CJ. 4 plus 1. But the subtraction, that's a little bit more fun, as X-Stars is going to be removed straight from the attacking lineup. No more Buck. Didn't quite get to check if that was flashbangs or can openers, but I believe it is the hard breach gadgets, as the overlay up at the top is not lying to me. Those will make sure that Habana has to use all those X-Kairos pellets onto the hatches that do remain closed. I don't think that there's a whole lot of them, because Semi, he's just sitting here with a shotgun and a dream on top of the security one. Duke, he's sitting on top of the kitchen one, hearing a player right next to him. Slinky, he's worried about the vertical pressure from down below, but does he know that the horizontal is slowly mounting? Seems like he does, and he'll take out Duke.
Duke uncharacteristically trying to press the issue, and honestly didn't have to. Now, do they know that Dagoon is in this position? Doesn't look like it. Habana just walked right past him. And then Goons misses the shots onto the Habana, Nacho. Meaning that they now not only know he's here, but they also don't secure the kill. And will that be the thing that allows Soup to gather momentum in this round? Doesn't look like it. Slinky loses that gunfight with the LMG against an ump. How is that possible? But Goons is full blind, and Snake will happily take that kill. But again, look at the clock. Look at the lack of intel. Only a couple drones now, and really just not a lot of time for Soup to get much done. Still, defenders entrenched in key positions on the bomb and in freezer. And right now, the intensity has to pick up if you're Soup.
Yeah, they're going to have to hot drop and make something happen, but there's still a toxic babe canister. But that's about it on the plant denial side for ECLECTIQ. It's going to have to be the guns to come alive, and the shotgun's going to down Pack Rat. Nacho with the refrag, but the long angle from Z is going to net not a kill, but just a whole lot of damage. Semi, he's running around with a shotgun SMG-11. He can't land any shots, but Z will clean it up from behind. Just enough of a distraction tactic for him to swoop up the final kill. And sure, it was hectic and a lot less dominant than we've seen, but it's the same result. 4 in a row for ECLECTIQ's defenses.
Once again, just Soup looks like... I can't make an analogy right now. But I mean, when you've got a Habana just running around, running right past people in corners, it's like your drone game. That drone game. I didn't know it was possible to lose that many drones that quickly.
Yeah.
And it is just a nightmare scenario. I mean, how are you supposed to clear the matrix that is Oregon
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
when even your hard breach doesn't have the drones to just know what's going on? Small talk from Packer. I mean, at this point, like,
This is their map choice after all.
you know, I'm not gonna say it too early. Actually, no, I'm gonna chalk this down. It's just Oregon deep.
It is just Oregon defenses. You don't want to get too down.
I don't want to. I'm not gonna just spam that they need Waltz. You know, the hashtag they need Waltz. I'm not gonna say it yet.
Maybe they do.
5 seconds to go.
We can start. It can start ringing some bells, some little. Be like an indicator, you know. We're not quite ready to send in the cavalry. Start the mobs. Get the pitchforks and. You know, I'm trying to think of what the The torches, I guess. Yes, the torches.
Yeah, I don't know, but hopefully Packrat has more luck. No matter, he's actually gonna get some air jabs down. Knock on wood. Second one's still in his hand.
I am here knocking.
I don't know. I just gotta hold my breath. He got the second air jab down, so that's progress. This attack, I mean, I say a lot of things haven't gone their way. This is the one attack that it kind of did. They did manage to open what was necessary and get that bomb down. They just couldn't hold and retake.
They got.
Couldn't hold.
Yeah, the retake was lethal. Not talking about gameage. It was just deadly.
I will say the problem with this defense has kind of been, well, there's no actual active plant denial. There's no echoes. There's no maestros. The only thing that's even resembling plant denial is perhaps someone crouch walking through the basement late round and throwing a C4. And the one guy that can do that is Haiku.
That's what he did.
Guess where he is? He's very far away right now in split. And if Packrat is going to do the right thing, he's going to air jab that double door. Air jab the basement, something to ensure that that C4 will never come. And since that C4 is not going to come, the plant's just going to go down. There's no resistance from ECLECTIQ. Wall bang from Heiko. And yes, we're once again in a retake situation. Deja vu for Soup, but this time, it's a lot more numbers in their favor. Gunfight's going back and forth. Duke's actually going to find Slinky, but X-Stars gets tagged up as well. I say that. I can't believe I just cursed this team again. It's just Nacho all of a sudden. You blink, it's just Nacho. And a 1-on-3, and Snake was in this position before, and he couldn't even get a shot off. Let's see what Nacho's able to do. He gets one, gets the second, who's on the diffuser, and Nacho's just a little bit more different than Snake. 1 versus 1 now with only 10 seconds. Even if he kills Nacho, it won't matter. There's no time on the clock. And Nacho, you can collect your kill. Okay, Arenado get turned on. Either way, it's a round win for Soup. And it almost
isn't that
slipped
crazy?
out of
Isn't that crazy? You see that little yellow thing that was above the door over there?
Yeah.
That was an air jab. That survived and was actually placed down, which, you know, you have to say it made the retake a lot harder.
So are you telling me that Packrat is the victory condition?
I'm saying that Packrat actually helped his team this time, and they won the round. Not necessarily going to say that, hey, it's the win condition, but, you know, it helps. It helps when your Nomad doesn't die immediately. Also, when nobody dies immediately. I mean, that was a lot more of a well-thought-out attack for Soup. Sure, it's the tertiary bomb site, blah, 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 blah. You almost expect to win that on Oregon, but when they kind of were able to cut the flanks down below, they had the wall opened, and they had eyes towards green, eyes towards split. They knew, like, hey, we can plant. They didn't necessarily rush the execute. They didn't necessarily wait too long. They found the right time, pushed in, got the bomb down, peeled back just enough, sure. A couple of gunfights didn't go in their favor, but the ones that mattered did, and they came out on top.
Yes. It helps when, yeah. Your Nomad is
It's a team game.
Yeah.
CJ.
I don't know. Packrat, he doesn't have to get a kill.
5 seconds remaining.
He just has to get his air jabs down. They're in the round Soups. That's my hot take of this game. I made I don't know if you caught it, like, I said that in the last series that, like, Casanova, he would be better than Swaylen. Turned out, I was right. So I think I'm right here. Packrat may be 0-5. But if he gets his air jabs down, Soup will win this attack. 100%.
All right, we got to watch the air jab counter. Let's just watch Packrat for the entirety of the round.
I mean, it's the bare minimum. You set up the air jabs, you set up the attack. You're the more experienced team. You should win more often than not. I mean, you know, this isn't advanced trigonometry here. 1.
Is he going to put one over by main? Probably. It's going to get caught.
Yeah, there's a whole armory hold he has to deal with here. So maybe it won't be as effective.
Unlucky. There goes an air jab. He's going to hit himself.
Oh!
Oh.
Goons. Just gets absolutely baptized. And then another almost for Pack Rat. You know what?
That was 2 bullets, by the way. Did like 95 damage onto Z.
Yeah, that ARX do be hitting.
ARX do be hitting, though. But Pack Rat, what a beautiful start of a round. He got his air jabs down. Now, with half the round to play with, they also have a man advantage for the side of the Soup attackers. They have all the kind of control that they want. They have Attic. They have Trophy. They have an EMP'd Yana clone. That's actually something I didn't even think about. That's cool. You can EMP the clones from bulletproofs.
No free intel for anybody.
Nope, no free intel.
That was a really nice nade too. He like threw that from forever away and actually connected that into someone in dorms. And well, Soup. I was about to say Soup has the round going in their favor, but Nacho gets taken out, pushing from Attic. That's huge because that's a huge crossfire that could have been established. But more importantly, I mean, Z's just on the site by himself. And even without Attic, doesn't really matter. Soup just kind of pushes through the doorways and there's no one really home for Eclectic. You're Rooney downstairs. You can't throw your fist up, my friend. And you're definitely not Kilo. You know, Kilo likes doing that too. The DMR from below. Not an effective plant stopping tactic.
Yeah, me and you have had our fun with an Aruni DMR down below with no intel. From a certain team that actually just played a couple of minutes ago on Chalet.
And lost.
Yeah, they did lose. They did lose.
Point is, yeah, Rooney's downstairs. Yeah. Really strong defense half, though. I mean, really statement defense half from Eclectic, though, because it's just like, this is a team. Not a lot of people are picking them to do a whole lot.
Yeah. On a map choice that's not theirs?
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
I mean, sure,
bombs
it's nothing to write home about, but still 4 rounds in a row is 4 rounds in a row. Soup kind of figured it out at the end, but once again, if Goons doesn't die on that quick peek over towards Armory, I assume it's going to be significantly more difficult for Soup to attack that.
Absolutely. Because it didn't sure look like there was some perfect plan in mind to clear out Armory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just like, oh, guys, yes, they have an Armory hold.
I
Oh,
killed him.
never mind. Armory's dead. That was the comms.
5 seconds left. Camera ready. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Seeing a Mira from Pack Rat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually curious where he's gonna place him, because he just hasn't placed him yet. We're 50 seconds in the round. I imagine once place your mirrors, Pack Rat.
Did he just
See,
want
this
the...
is
Oh.
this is the other victory condition. You know, you got to put down your mirrors.
First is the air jabs, now it's the
Yeah, we
mirrors.
just
Just
got-
use your
Pack-
utility, Pack Rat. I believe in you.
With Pack Rat, it's the simple things really. You just got to use his utility, and if he does that,
Mm-hmm.
it's all bets are off.
Hey,
Yeah.
well, he was using his gun last round. He picked up 2 kills.
You ain't lying.
He was using his gun. He picked up 2
he's
kills
still-
and an assist.
Still pocketing a mirror, so I guess he just doesn't have a plan. Oh, wait. It's going down.
I was just waiting up.
What?
I was literally about to say I was going to wait for our observer to cut and see Pack Rat putting it in like a random spot.
All right, so it got smacked immediately, and it's also an ace and Attic.
Oh.
Oh, Pack Rat just slammed him.
Goodbye, Semi. Semi.
He was on the beam.
He just got
He's on the beam.
smoked by... You remember when they put the freaking 1.5 on the vector for a little bit? And they realized, oh no, that's broken.
It's funny.
Imagine that thing still had a 1.5.
There were a lot of people that were complaining that it wasn't good. Like,
Nah.
I heard equal amounts of it's not good and like it's broken. Like, people just didn't like getting barrel stuff. Honestly, he should just, if he popped that, he actually would have an opportunity. Considering I don't think anyone's actually going to replace the ace that died in tower. So I mean, there's abundance of opportunity with that. Not that it really matters because this attack's not going anywhere either way. Mona's going to push into the side, but instantly get folded. It's just Z who's been the standout by far for Eclectic. A star that is rising. But not this round. No, just kidding. He gets a
Dang, he gets that trade?
he gets a nice little trade, but not the round.
Interesting. Yeah. So, Soup, pretty interesting strat. I mean, it's a mirror strat on top floor. I mean, put one over towards big window, put the other one wherever you so desire. You know, maybe if the setup for Pack Rat was a little bit faster and he had placed that mirror on the trophy wall a little bit quicker, it would have been more of a deterrent for the Eclectic attackers, and then it wouldn't have just immediately gotten knifed. But hey, how are you going to fault him? They still pretty much, they had an essentially a flawless round, just the final kill being a trade. Whatever. Seems like Soup now 3 rounds in a row. They're starting to get into their groove. They're taking their gunfights. They're feeling more confident. We saw Snake and Slinky, you know, actually swinging. Pack Rats, he's coming alive. 3 kills in the last 2 rounds. A lot better than the 0 he had through the first 5.
Character development.
Character
You can say
development.
the same for X-Stars too. You got
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's getting involved. They're getting athletic.
I do definitely think there's can't say enough about what Waltz brings to this team. I talk about how Snake is this and nacho cheese and all that. That Waltz guy kind of opened my eyes a little.
Attackers are heading out to
He put me on. Or I guess he put himself on. I think they're really missing that. They're really missing that on attack. And obviously, as they settle into defense here, at least for the time being, at least from what I can observe off those first couple, or rather that first attack for Eclectic, things are going to go a lot smoother.
Yep, Oregon defense. It's just a little bit easier to get. It's a little bit easier to do, you know.
Oregon defense is some crazy stuff. Let me tell you.
I mean, if I can get kills on Oregon defense, then anybody can.
I mean, you have to do that to yourself.
No. It's just, you know, it really drives the point home.
Well, I hear you loud and clear. Pack Rat has indeed deployed his mirrors both to the front, meaning that that's pretty much out of the question. It's incredibly difficult to get the pellets off on those. On anyone with the pulse, at least.
Going live.
There's going to be a lot of obstacles there, especially as pellets have to be used here on hatches as well. Let's see what Eclectic's plan is to deal with this. I mean, there's shields, Rooney gates. Just off limits. And Snake crouched in the corner of Freezer. Just kidding, he's swinging now. He's honestly had a slow game, at least for his standards. I expect him to heat up very shortly as Eclectic's kind of pushing their way down Freezer, which I honestly, like I said, I thought that was a mistake. I don't think there's any chance in hell you're making a front push work against this roster. You're going to lose your hard breach immediately, meaning that even if you did want to go for that, you're not going to be able to get the mirrors. They do find a grenade on the Snake. But will they be able to find anything else? So Rooney Gates preventing further grenade tosses. And the Zofia on tower stairs means, I mean, how are you going to burn this? In what universe are you going to burn it? Are you going to throw a bunch of drones until you get through the gates?
Maybe. I mean, you got to try. But also, I want to say, I mean, this is a pretty intricate setup from Soup's defense.
Where did he come from?
Alrighty. They're just dropping the backside. I was going to say, Soup don't necessarily look like that much of a pug stack, but when you're not watching an entire side of the map, now you're swinging, trying to get anything back. Sometimes when it falls apart, it does look like a pug stack.
Dude just single-handedly...
Yep. Just came down the stairs and broke that round wide open.
I mean... I don't know about you. You talk about how you perform on defense in Oregon yourself and your personal experiences. When I walk down the stairs like that, usually someone's pillar, right? Or an E-box, or just monk. I mean, someone is in the vicinity.
Yep.
I don't know if Soup just took off their headphones or what. But he just walks out the stairs like, okay. That's a simple solution to a very difficult problem. That's
Attackers need to locate and defuse
about the way I
bomb.
can put that.
I guess it was Soup getting distracted on their defense, you know? They got the first frag over towards Freezer. They're like, hey guys, guess what? It's a Freezer main. But it wasn't. Because I think Haikyuu, when he died, you know, the kill cam is zoomed in. He saw all that crap set up for the front side, and they go, nope. Not dealing with 2 Arunis, 2 Miras, 3 ADSs, while my magnets and a deployable shield staring at me front side. Heck no, get me out of here, backside it is.
Locate a bomb and defuse it.
But instead, when they went backside, all they saw was the backsides of Soup defenders not staring at them.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I called that from the jump. Front wasn't gonna work. I guess Duke with 2 E's. Hey, he had to make it happen.
They did.
He said, I'm gonna rub my hands and I'm gonna make this round work. He did. Whether he's gonna be able to do that 2 times in a row and put ECLECTIQ on match point, it's a bigger question. And it's the same type of setup. Except Snake's not playing the Jaeger anymore. He's actually playing the Thunderbird. Will that be the difference? It's like Thunderbird, and he is ensuring that no one can come down tower. I mean, I guess keeping in mind that Snake died early to that grenade. Maybe he was the one who was to watch that position, you know? And he just died.
Would have been like the Freezer Gold Hall-ish person. But it seems like he's also
Wow.
the T1 stairs person. Goodbye, Duke. Down goes the entry. Actually been doing pretty well for himself all game long, but now it's definitely going to have to be Z and Goons, the other players who are playing pretty well with more pressure mounting on their shoulders. Semi getting the hatch open. It's what you expect on the rest of this attack. Soup, they're pretty widespread on their defense. They have stuff for the front side as well as the back side. So with ECLECTIQ, it's kind of pick your poison moment. They're trying to make sure that they have as many options as possible. So let's say if X doesn't work, Y can still be done.
Maybe. Duke is a pretty big X. Snake is going to find another, just obliterating Haiku. Killing the Habana pellets. Well, again, I talked about CDAPs, how you're not going to usually get those off. Another grenade onto Snake in the same position, it looks like.
Deja vu.
And now Slinky's going to reassume it. Well, good news, I mean, I guess is there's no more nades. Goons has 1 nade, but he's using it towards the front side of things. So it's going to be Z who's going to be tasked with pushing down the tower stairs. And once again, it doesn't look like anyone's actually watching it. X-Stars is looking. But I guess X-Stars didn't know it was Z on the other side of things. If he did, he wouldn't have peeked. Another kill for Z. Z's on 13 kills. Z's going to push down the stairs and will replicate what Duke did. That's a pre-fire and a half. And he's just going to have Packrat, the lone defender, who's going to get a C4 and a semi. And this is clutchable. He does have the Thunderbirds, which are giving him health. It's giving him a boost. You gotta hit that shot, Packrat. He does. It's a kill that has to be pushed for from Z.
10 seconds to go.
1 versus 1, you cannot plant here. Packrat's healing up as well. With 5 seconds left, Packrat's just gonna swing at Packrat. Just takes control of the round. The Z was just, what did you see those pre-fires I was seeing?
Yep, I did. I was about to say we need the moss. Give it to me. Give me the moss. But, you know, honestly, in that position, I don't know about you, but in 2v1s, I'm not necessarily a fan of trying to get the bomb down. I think it should have been a play together kind of beat. You know, try to get the refrag, try to get the kill.
Definitely inexperienced speaking in that situation.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta know. Hey, Z has the hot hand. He is smoking everybody in his crosshair. And guess what? He has to plant the bomb? No, that's not fair.
Defenders protect
It's not
your
fair,
bombs
man.
from being defused by attackers.
Are you gonna take Steph Curry when he's making every 3? Are you gonna make him be the one to set the pick?
Yeah, you got Steph Curry in the
You're
field.
gonna have Steph Curry grabbing rebounds? No.
To be fair, I want to say it was someone else that was. It was like a 1v3, so whoever first person that was dying was trying to plant. And then Z just became like, I gotta pick up the fumble, you know?
Yeah. But I think I don't know. I just feel like going for the frag would have been the play there.
10 seconds to go.
Because it was Goons and Z left alive. You know? Got 2 fraggers. Just go for just play your trade.
I mean, on top of Z though, like, dude, if someone did that to me and I saw that like in the kill cam and ranked,
Yeah.
I would, you know?
I'd be clicking on the name, hitting report.
Yeah, that'd be going to R6 tab, you know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be going to R6 tab in 4K in a zipped folder.
144 hertz.
Like
4K.
Like, that was, I mean, obviously it's a very common.
Put it in ultra slow-mo. Yeah.
Yeah, like 0.25 speed. Like,
Those were some nice shots. Just back to back to back. Z was feeling himself.
I mean, again, no matter what the fate of his team is, beautiful thing about SCS, you learn new names. Z, guess what?
I want to see how old Z is. He's 18. Better be getting him some tryouts, man. It's nuts.
Like, Hunter, Asian? No, I want Z.
I want Z. He doesn't just use the nades for killing. He'll use nades to kill gadgets, get the breach open. Goons missed his nade. That's unfortunate.
Get the kill anyway. Oh,
Maybe.
man, that almost.
That was close. Slinky barely getting away with his life onto the top of the white stairs, but Snake, he's still over near Small Tower. Over towards the bathroom 90 hallway. And if Goons walks in without really thinking about it, he could get punished.
See, like, just trying to hold on after getting that opening 4-0 start to this game, trying to find some way to close it out, but semi falling to Pack Rat so casually. It's not a good start. Mira once again pocketed for the late round, whatever you want to call it. Not gonna pop it just yet. Just gonna use it for information and to, I guess, spike the anxiety of the attack. As this is advantage eclectic, but there's Mira's just looking at both entrances, the site for them, I guess, except the breach, which Pack Rat's gonna try to peek. He's actually gonna cross here, and that's gonna allow him to get the angle on the planer, I believe. Just peek around, Pack Rat. No, doesn't get the shots down. Z continuing to light up the scoreboard, and well, this is gonna be a plant and get out situation for Eclectic. X-Stars the only one standing in. X-Stars is 2-8 against 4 attackers who are Finka boosted. I'm not a betting man, but I'm not putting money on X-Stars in this one. Gonna push up, and he's not even gonna get to ADS against Z. Who, I don't know. How many kills is he at? 20?
A lot.
Is a lot. 16. Well, it's match points eclectic. Saw the Maverick die. Tower, I don't know. My hopes went down, but Eclectic's making it happen.
Yeah, this is a little bit worrying if they're Soup. Because Eclectic, they kept it close with 1 shot on the Chalet. So they're comfortable on that map. And as people like to say, Chalet being attacker sided, it's still a pretty intricate map. It's an interesting one that has a lot more layers than you might expect. But seems like we might have a timeout potentially. Yes, we do. Seems like it's an eclectic one. They trying to ice Soup. They're trying to get inside their head. Or are they trying to craft out the absolute perfect, most biblical attack that we've ever seen? Drawing the X's and O's on the clipboard right now, CJ.
Or they're just kind of like...
They're just vibing. Maybe somebody had to go to the bathroom.
Maybe. Eclectic. Just gotta pull out 1 of 2 rounds here. And one of those rounds, I mean, even Packrat's like, y'all can't see it, but even Packrat's like, why y'all pause it? We trying to hurry up and lose, you feel me? I mean, because Soup has a timeout.
Yeah.
That they're not interested in using. Which is funny. But you know what? I don't know, maybe Soup likes to go with the flow. Maybe they like actual Soup in real life. You kind of start making it, maybe add some more things to it as it becomes leftovers,
Mm-hmm.
started out as like whatever, and then you just add more ingredients each passing day. Chicken noodle soup, but by day 3, it's, I don't know, leftover
Defenders, protect
something
your
soup.
bombs from being defused by
Either way, soup just likes to keep continuation, I guess. No timeouts from them, but a timeout from the team that's winning. Very peculiar.
CJ, have you ever actually made soup before?
No.
That's
Did I just-
what I was. I
just make
was
that up?
picking
Is that
up
just
on
wrong?
that. I'm like, what are
Yeah,
you
like
talking about?
I guess where they do that though.
Sometimes you can like get rant. Most of the time when people like make like a leftover soup, like they just like throw a bunch of stuff in there. They don't. You don't like keep on adding like the next day.
Oh.
5 seconds to go.
We're just gonna change the soup, but like, yeah,
Attackers
Super just
objective,
kind of vibing.
defuse a bomb.
Who knows? But considering it's a tertiary bomb site for Soup on their defensive side, ECLECTIQ do have a pretty decent chance to close things out here, or we'll see the door get opened for Soup where they'll probably be able to push this into OT. Going back to a strong bomb site.
Perhaps he's the man of the hour. Sitting on rappel. Looking to work his way into the tower. Where there's nothing crazy happening from Soup. I mean, it looks like everyone from Soup is just kind of literally everywhere but the tower. It's like Haiku's considering his life decisions, whether he actually wants to blow up the charge or not.
There's no anti-breach. No anti-breach on the team because they lock alibi every round.
Oh,
But I'm
Boss
never going to
character
diss the alibi pick ever again because it killed Z, and that is apparently the hardest thing in the world to do.
remember how I said they were questioning whether they wanted to even open that? They open it and then instantly 2 people die through breaches.
Yep. IQ, he regrets his decision.
In the
He's
Maverick,
holding his
too.
fallen brothers in his arms. Just head up in the air, the rain is pouring, he's screaming, why?
I mean, did you see that Mav? He drew exactly like 2 centimeters worth of torch.
Yep.
Instantly dies.
Yep,
I mean, you
that
can
is
get your
life.
kill here, Duke. Go ahead. There you go.
As things stand, it's not horrible for Soup. Sure, they have to deal with... Probably the worst part about it is that they will not be able to get attic opened unless IQ walks upstairs, but Snake just runs away, scared off by the nade, but Goon's peeking just at the right time. Makes it all even on man count. And health, you want to get mathematical on it, CJ. It actually swings in the favor of the ECLECTIQ attackers.
Well, a lot like ECLECTIQ on their defenses. Not much in the way of play. I mean, there is the smoke from X-Stars, but that's not infinite. Only got 1 left with 20 seconds. We keep talking about math. He's pretty much got time for maybe 1 more smoke, and there will be a small window of opportunity where a plant can go down. I don't think that one's actually going to land in time, so Haiku's going to get this plant, I believe. I'm pretty sure about 0.2 seconds left. He will get it, but he will cost him his... No, not cost him his life. He'll live, but the rest of his team will literally die
Defenders have eyes on the diffuser.
in that exact instance. And with that, that might be their chances of winning the map dying. Soup's going to be going
The bomb diffuser.
to a very preferable site here. Perhaps force overtime.
Yep. That's why I said it, CJ. They could win it here. This was the time without overtime. But now we go down to the basement. Actually, if you think about it, both rounds of basement attack for ECLECTIQ should have gone their way. One did, but the other one was a little bit of a third inning kind of action. The pitcher stepped up to the plate. That pitcher was ECLECTIQ, and they threw.
Did they throw or did they just get handled?
I think they threw.
Or was Packrat just better?
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
Packrat
defused
is
by
playing a
attackers.
lot better on the defense.
I mean, he started 0-5. gotten a lot better. He's 7-8 now. I mean, X-Stars on the other hand, he also started 0-5, and well, the pain just continues.
Yeah, X-Star has some pretty big fans in chat, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Are they fans, or are they
Recess. He's a huge X-Stars fan.
Are they fans, or are they just upset?
Really big fan. Massive fan behavior from that guy.
He has an X-Stars jersey.
Yeah, I think he does.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Well, Oregon basement defense to perhaps go to overtime for Soup. ECLECTIQ, on the other hand, with some tower heroics, have had quite the openings on the basement. I mean, these guys, like, between Snake and Z, like, the anticipation is something else. Nearly pre-fired Diana off the face of the earth. She'll live for now, and Snake's still looking to instigate.
That was the most casual shooting of a Yana drone I've ever seen in my life.
It's ridiculous, ain't it?
Yeah.
And for all the talk about how much, you know, Waltz, his absence has hurt Soup, Slinky hasn't done too bad either. He's tied with Snake. So
I'd say you could argue that Nacho is supposed to be a pretty big piece of this team, and he's been silent.
yeah, but I don't want to bag
I know you're a
on
big Nacho fan.
I'm not gonna bag on Nacho.
Nah. He's not playing the fun positions. That's what we'll say. Perpetually
Bomb look.
in the gutter.
I know Nacho's better than the score indicates. Okay. And I also know that he's basically cheese that isn't yours. Snake flying a C4 up on the Heiko. And Goon's getting tagged up as well. I don't know about you, C-Daps, but I'm smelling overtime here. Barring another tower walk. Just down the stairs in front of everybody. From
Z
someone
is
on
still
ECLECTIQ.
alive.
That's true. There's a mirror looking right at him. And X-Stars, even when X-Stars is lighting up the kill board, kill feed, scoreboard, not looking too good for ECLECTIQ.
It is the basement, after all, one of the hardest bomb sites to attack. It almost takes the defense and is a requirement for the defense to mess up. So, if the Soup defense, they just stay passive. They just wait. Not that passive. They shouldn't wait right there. That's kind of a weird angle to be holding. But Semi is also going to take out X-Stars, and all of a sudden, it's a 3v3. You blink and you miss it. The E-box drop, it's coming. Slinky, he's right next to it, and the pre-fire is going to land. Down goes Z. He gets away with his life, too, and that's massive, because he can flank inside of blue. Semi, he goes in for the default plant. He's also going to be able to take out Snake, who is playing the cross inside of Freezer. He's tapping away on the diffuser. The Nitro could come up, but it's going to be the bullets of Slinky to try and do anything, but...
Wow! Come on!
But wow.
What?
You have
What?
a Nitro, my mans.
I mean, I don't know. The triangulation throw of that Nitro from behind that mirror is very difficult. You saw the single wall gets opened.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, vault it in front of Duke? No.
Yeah. I also think that, man,
Wow.
did Slinky have the play if he just rotated through blue? Maybe there was a drone that he got seen or something that we didn't see on his screen, but if he had played that, if he had gotten that blue flank off, they win that round 100%.
That's if he knew it was a possibility. Yeah, see, we're cast.
He ran inside of blue. He ran inside of elbow.
Nah, man. Maybe he didn't know for sure, you know? He wasn't certain he could do it. Like we saw. But he didn't.
I know we have the God Eye, which is not fair. And we have hindsight, which is always 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But yes. ECLECTIQ. Gotta give it to him. Looked pretty good on Oregon.
They really did. And considering it's Soup's map pick as well. Very perturbing.
Yeah, definitely could. be a little bit alarming. Because now we go to the next map choice.
Next map choice. Before we do, though, I want to tell y'all something. I want to tell y'all about Christmas gift you could perhaps get a loved one.
Chalet is very snowy, makes you think of the holidays.
Yeah, doesn't it? The holidays, the Mavix holiday sale. You can supply yourself or a loved one with a holiday gift of a Mavix gaming chair. You know, they're on sale. 4%, 5%, 7%, 8% off. 9% off, maybe. Free shipping as well. NSG55, use that code. You can buy a Christmas gift for somebody. Get them a chair. Give them
Is that
something to sit on.
NSG 55? Do you know what the 55 stands for, CJ?
What?
It's $55 off.
Wow, I mean, that's like every promo code ever, you know?
That's a pretty dang good one.
But yeah, we've
This time you
got
get like
that.
5% off. You're like, okay, yeah, I got like $3. 55?
That's significant.
Significant.
Mavix.com. But before we go to map number 3, we're going to break.
No.
Sit in your chair and wait for map number 3.
Hey, I go by Koala, and I'm the head coach for ECLECTIQ. Well, scrims are, they're good practice and everything. Competitions, they keep you fresh in a way that scrims just can't, because it's just a different mindset on game day from in practice. We have a fairly similar structure and play style to a lot of CL teams. So I think that as long as we play our game, adjusting to that play style won't be too different. It should go pretty well. We struggled a lot late rounds just on coordination. Our players, some of them are newer, some of them haven't been playing together for a long time. So some of that just unspoken chemistry is just not quite there. And I think that we've been practicing a lot and we'll do much better in that aspect. I'd definitely say Group D. I think Surf Esports is the best T3 team. Terrifying just in gun skill. Wichita has proven that they are a top CL team. Maybe not the best, but they've always been up there. And their structure gonna be difficult for a lot of teams here to dismantle. And then Nocturnes, they're unproven. So like we haven't seen them with their new roster, but I think they look scary. For these like T3 amateur competitions, I think it's just really good experience, especially when you go up against some CL teams. It helps you get your name out there and it helps you get better in general. I would love to be on Mirage just because I really, really like their play style, their structure, and also Dream is the GOAT, so. Definitely Z. I've known for a long time, and he is at least CL caliber player right now. He has crazy gun skill, and his gun sense is just top notch. That would be me. I like to mess around with my food sometimes, so I've been known to make some terrible combinations like Sour Patch Kids on pizza.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What?
Doctor Who. I love that show, especially the David Tennant seasons. I have just always loved it. It's like a great mix of, sci-fi and story. It's fun.
Welcome to the NerdStreet Winter Championships, featuring SCS6, a yearly open tournament series hosting the best players and teams North America has to offer, culminating in a community favorite, the Pro-Am. So let's discuss format. During the Winter Champs season, SCS6 will consist of 2 stages, where each stage begins with 2 open qualifiers. Once Stage 1 is complete, there will be an additional tournament offering 1 more qualification spot prior to Stage 2. Through participating in SCS6, players will acquire leaderboard points and cash prizing. The winning teams from Stage 1 and 2, as well as the additional tournament, will qualify for the Pro-Am. The top 2 teams from the leaderboard will also qualify. As we approach the end of the season, the final qualification spot will be determined through a last chance qualifier. The grand finals of the Winter Champs SCS6 will feature the return of the Pro-Am, where the top amateur teams have an opportunity to define their talent against the North American Pro League. But in the end, only one team will be crowned Winter Champs. Sign up today and make history.
B3, make that a 1v2.
2 seconds left. It's going to come down.
Favor making a third as he looks up. Faker he finds the draw 3. Stunning here from
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Map 1, it's in the book. 7-5 victory for ECLECTIQ on Oregon, which, if you missed the map ban phase, that was Soup's map choice. So it's definitely getting a little bit dangerous if you're a Soup fan, if you're a Soup player, because this game right here, it's for elimination. My name is CDAPS. Joined to my side is Cookies. How are you doing today?
Same I was feeling about 45 minutes ago. You asked the same question.
I always bring it in that way. You know, consistency, it's key.
Why don't you mix it up? I feel the same I felt. If anything, I feel betrayed.
Feel betrayed?
Because we all voted for Soup.
We did all vote for
and
Soup.
they just got...
Who would have
yes.
thought that Waltz would have been the proverbial glue that held them together?
I mean, without Waltz, yes. I'm going to be honest, maybe I would have changed my vote if I had known.
Yeah, maybe
this was some last minute stuff, like,
admins had told us that there was going to be a sub, but no, we're left in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, like always. You know, they do this to us in CL2, they just don't tell us anything.
Yep.
So, you know,
We'll make
here
critical
we are,
points about a player, and then, oh, well, look, that player's not playing.
right? Like, I just get so sick of it, you know? But here we go, Z. Let me tell you, critical point. One of our critical comparisons, Z. He was popping off.
Mm-hmm.
He was on one. Duke had some... I don't even know how to word around him walking down the tower stairs like...
He is a basement attacking demon. That's what we'll say.
Pretty much. Like, most of his skills were in. And then,
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure like 8 of his 11 kills were like on those 3 basement attacks.
Yeah, and I mean, on the side of Soup, I mean, outside of Snake, where's the depth, right? You know, I think it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate they couldn't play with their full strength, fully healthy roster. But there's no time for that. There's no time for unfortunates and I wish we had and blah blah blah.
The dates.
It's now or never.
The dates were there on the schedule on the website. No excuses.
Yeah. But then again, they also were just kind of like, yo, you want to play the qual? Sure. And that's the team.
And he
so
like, yo,
you know,
yeah,
like, yo, I'm gonna play the qual.
I'll grab
like,
mommy's credit card. I'll get you the $10.
You know, so they kind of just signed up. I don't think they took into consideration match dates and any of that crap. They just kind of signed up. But here we go, map 2. Because before we went on break, I said map 3 about 7 times. I apologize profusely. All right.
Interesting ban.
Had a tough day. All right. I'm a little stupid right now. Jackal, yeah. I mean, that's interesting to you?
It's a little bit.
Because it's not Thatcher and Havana? Knox. Speak of the devil.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. It makes sense for like a club, or not a clubhouse, for a coastline. But once again, sure, a lot of people like to draw similarities between coastline and chalet, but they actually play out very differently, in my opinion.
They do. I think people like to say that because chalet
it's like, oh no, look, they're both attacker-sided maps. They have to be the same thing, right, CJ?
Yeah. I think it's also like a buzzword, like maybe someone else says it, and then everyone else says it. Okay, that's unique.
Yeah.
Are we watching PB or something?
I don't know. Last time we saw
last
time we saw PB do a castle ban, I was like, oh, it's gonna be so cool. They banned the sled. Like,
dog. That's the last time I saw a castle ban, period, right? Because you gaslit me. You're
I
sitting
did.
there and you're like,
I
oh
did.
my god, the castle ban means that they ain't gonna be able to. What was it, like castle and mute together? So it was like,
You're thinking of the sledge band days.
oh yeah, that was nah.
That was reverse counter ratio gaslighting
No, you were
of something you have never seen before because they still got stomped.
you were tripping. You were tripping and they were tripping for that. All I know, this castle ban. I mean, to be fair,
I let Keegan Penguin Smith get in my head rent free. I
I
apologize.
can visualize this though. I can visualize the castle ban actually working out because big window, for example,
Yep.
on this map, commonly castle, right? You ban that out, if you're eclectic. I mean, you're licking your chops. According to overlay, that was a suit ban. According to my eyeball and my memory, that was a suit ban. So they're starting defense and they banned castle. But I guess they just like, are they banning it so that someone on their team in particular doesn't have to play it?
Yeah, they, Castle's one of those operators that you can justify on pretty much every bomb site,
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
except basement. Makes it hard to justify it on basement, but... And then it's like, okay, yeah, we can free up that +1, and guess who we're going to bring every round once again? Alibi.
To be fair, Snake's pretty damn good at that.
He is
Backrat.
I will give that a +1 on him being pretty damn good.
I mean, we're just not gonna comment on Packrat being entrenched as Cade. He's still down there. Oh, actually, no, he's in West Main now. We gonna comment on this or what?
Nope.
Do you have anything to say? He could go for a C4, actually. This is actually decent positioning for someone with C4. As thick as Cade is, it doesn't really matter. I mean, same thing. He can throw it up. Now he's in lobby, in a corner, where he could easily get opening picked here. Last map, he started out with a lot of opening picks against him. And, we were making fun of him. He just needs to use his gadget and contribute that way. And, well, here he is again. He's almost dead immediately.
He just
Get out
really
of there,
likes the
Packrat.
Moroccans, I guess. From the Nomad to the
Clearly.
Cade.
Yeah, like...
Not using the utility. That is...
I mean, he still has a claw too. Packrat, he's got to be doing it on purpose, right? He's griefing
I don't know,
us.
man.
He's just griefing at this point.
It's 100% he has the... Or anybody's like, oh, they don't know what the heck they're talking about. They're just being mean. He's obviously going to try to, like, trick a hatch or something with the electric claw pocketed.
Or he's just going to... Okay.
Or he's just going to die. So he creeps up the staircase with no shield.
I mean, Packrat don't deserve that. Packrat didn't deserve to get folded like this. It's just... Anyway, he's dead. The Cade... Who didn't Cade this wall, by the way, we're looking at. I don't think. He had one in pocket. But, okay, he's dead now. So, Snake's dropped. He's not in library anymore. I don't think anyone's above anymore for Soup. They've kind of forfeited library over to Eclectic, meaning, well, there's a lot of pressure that's going to start tilting its way towards the defense in these waning moments of the round. Z, who was just on. I don't even know what he was on last map. Killing everything.
He was on Mike and Ike.
Was he?
Yes.
Duke was as well, though to a slightly lesser extent. He's going to continue the dominance on this map, finding Slinky and Eclectic looking to close out this round.
Yeah, they have a considerable lead in the gunfire department, but not that much time. But thankfully for them, Nacho, he doesn't have a nitro to try to stop a plant. And the Flores drones, they're just distracting enough for X-Stars to take a lot of damage. Nacho falls in the hands of Heiko. The Snake answers back, gets the trade, but it's a flurry of more blue coming in. Both Z and Duke finishing up the round, cleaning it up, wrapping it up. Heidi with a bow, 1-0, Eclectic attack over Soup.
So far, that one-shot game's translating over pretty nicely for Eclectic. It's looking like we may see a rematch between those two if this continues. Soup. I'm not going to say they're running out of steam, but, I mean, really, what was Packrat's route that round? Just the whole route was just, screams to me that they're just kind of here, walking around. And you said it. I mean, your analysis, CDAPS, your professional analysis, you did say Soup is organized. Much more so than... Or Eclectic's organized much more so than Soup. So
Attackers need
I'm starting to see that rear its ugly head here.
Mm-hmm.
And now Mr. Packrat, he on the smoke.
I
You know
wonder
how
if he's
he
going to
plays
die without using his utility.
I mean, you know how he plays smoke. Like on you remember. You
Yep.
remember the title Packrat
I do remember the title pack rat jumping out of windows and dying 30 seconds into the round on smoke. But also getting early kills.
I mean, he was Mr. Do-It-All. Nacho's taking over his Cade, so hopefully he throws both. Just one. Just one is needed for this.
Zap. You know, all the trigonometry calculating in the brain. He's like, is this gonna work? It did. Good job. Shout out to Nacho for understanding like 4th grade math.
On his first try, too.
Yeah, on his first try. Very impressive.
Snake. Snake, at this point, he's the one I can rely on the most. And last map, he was just, talk about Oregon's equalizer map. Well, he was equalized on Oregon. It's kind of held in check. This map, there's a lot more space for him to work and do what he do. Which right now, he's kind of walking around his alibi.
Yeah, you can argue that it's the opposite. Oregon's a bigger map.
Based on what?
Square footage.
Okay, he's dead anyway, so forget it. Forget it. he's just dead. Immediately. I mean, my point was that there's like the basement. You can already just got pistoled, pack rat.
Why did he?
Oh boy, just call it. GG, it's over. Pack rat just got pistoled. Snake's getting roam cleared. Comanche roam cleared. The drone on our screen is glitched. It's not even. Everything is just.
My bad. That's magenta.
Everything is just being crumpled up and ruined right now. His shield's not working. They're all getting obliterated. What's happening?
I don't know. But all we do know is that ECLECTIQ, they're starting out strong, which once again we can say like, oh yes, this is Chalet attack syndrome, just like we were saying it's Oregon defense syndrome. But Duke, he's on a triple kill. He's cutting down everybody in sight. I don't know why you would willingly want to peek him, but X-Stars will shut him straight down. Position confirmed with a drone. And the astute call out from his teammate, Z. He swings in and gets cut down as well. This T5 is going kind of crazy for X-Stars, but he doesn't have a whole lot of HP left in his pocket. Neither does Goons. There's still a couple more teammates. There's Haiku. There's, yep, Haiku. Right on cue. Gonna finish him off. AK-12 in hand. Bomb down. So is X-Stars. 2 rounds in a row for ECLECTIQ, as they're looking pretty dominant in this early to mid round and are able to transition it properly towards the execute phase.
And I don't know if it's more of them just transitioning or if it's just kind of. I mean, they didn't really peek and do anything. It was more of. It was more Soup just kind of walked in front of bullets. I watched the smoke walk into a pistol with a shotgun. And lose.
Yep.
I mean, what?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and let me tell you, usually when I say like that's the first time I've ever seen that, I think that is literally the first time I've ever seen that in any match anywhere.
Gets one tapped by a pistol as you run out.
I've never seen that scenario play out.
Because Goons literally, that is big brain from Goons, because this man opened up the barricade with the was like starting to open it up with the F2 and goes, you know what, this dude's gonna run out and switches to the pistol instead of reloading, and just domes him.
Remember, switching to your pistol's always faster than reloading, right?
Yep.
I guess.
The
Sure.
6-inch blade never loses reception.
Sure. That's what Goons was thinking. You know, it's funny, I asked Goons, about his come up and everything. And he said he's got people preying on his downfall. And I quote.
Well, now, dare I say, manifest his uprise? Are we his biggest fans now, CJ?
I mean, his name is just ridiculous.
His name, imagine.
It really is.
Goons.tsmfpx. With a Z.
Goons. It's like, you get pistoled by a guy like that, like, you're not recovering, and clearly, Soup is not recovering. Another, just untraded, low context, pointless contexts, opening death. And you see just the desperation. Look at there are 3 people here in this library hallway, in this little area. Drones whizzing around everywhere in ECLECTIQ, looking to meet them at the brink. And there's Nacho. 2 players on blue stairs, by the way. They either rotate away and have to rotate across the map, Well, they run to their deaths, and that's exactly what they're going to do. It's just pack rat. Look at those two below. Look at them running away together. Look. Grabbing a couple bottles of Ciroc while they're at it, and they're going to run up the stairs back to site. And this whole time, pack rat's just alone. If they'd known there's two people downstairs, well, rest in peace to pack rat. Who's, look at him. Flashed. Poor guy. Laura's knowing about the fly-in, kill his shield. Oh no, he actually killed that.
Wow.
And then he's dead immediately. At least the other two are back with the Ciroc. But it's a 5 versus 2. And the plant's going down. Are they going to stop it? Probably not. No C4s, no intel, no anything. And the round's over. ECLECTIQ is just walking over Soup right now.
See, ECLECTIQ are playing very well. It's fun to watch. They're doing all the right things. But just there's something that's a sour taste in my mouth, and it's the fact that Ty might be right. And that just, it's making my blood boil.
We do see the Kappa can.
Mm-hmm.
Kappa can coming out.
Well, it is what it is. Once again, I mean, defending Chalet is kind of hard, but when you're continuously going to your primary bomb sites, kind of bouncing back and forth between them and not finding any success, can be a little bit alarming. Typically, bar, you know, that's one of the stronger sites, but rearing and kind of surging up to the top is this kitchen bomb site that we're finally seeing Soup go towards. It's almost in a similar vein to bar, where instead of having to defend library and solar stairs, you kind of can defend, or my bad, and kind of in library stairs, blue stairs, you get to defend master and solar, which is a lot more defendable of a position.
5 seconds remaining.
You asked earlier about why people make that comparison to Coast. I mean, I guess it's the oppressive big window. That's like the closest thing I can think of.
Maybe. I think just the fact that it's an attacker-sided map, like, you know, guns do, right?
Yeah, I mean, that too, but like, it's like, that's the only direct parallel I see is like, oh, there's a big window, very oppressive, and it's attacker-sided. And that's part of the reason why it's attacker-sided. For example, on this site, I mean, in particular, you can come, they're not coming from solar right now, but if you came from solar, and you just hold that big window, I mean, what are the roamers upstairs going to do? They're going to have a hell of a time crossing, right? And the round's just kind of over. None of that applies because this is a library clear, but you know. You know what take I'm talking about.
Yeah. Right now, the drone work of ECLECTIQ, pretty strong. Goons, he's using his Twitch drones quite well. We saw him destroy, like, what? 2 Mu Jammers and 2 ADSs. I mean, hey, you got to take those when you can get them. Just like X-Stars, he's going to take those gunfights when he can. Down goes Z, the hero of last map. Definitely silenced a lot more on this winter wonderland of Chalet, but Snake, he's going to take some damage and slowly slither back towards the Mira through the rotate hole in the office wall. Interesting setup. Haven't quite seen a Mira on that wall, but maybe Haikyuu hasn't either. Slinky, he's going to drop him straight down for his first kill. Man, oh man. Probably a pretty good one to get onto the hard breach of ECLECTIQ.
We're talking about big windows, Connor. Right?
Yep, you know what? Stops. That's probably why I haven't seen that Mira before.
Yeah, Pack Rat is literally a menace to society with his mirrors, actually. Just putting mirrors anywhere. And I was so funny because we're harping about mirrors and big windows and solar takes, and that literally would have just hard countered his whole defense. But either way, Duke, don't count out ECLECTIQ in this scenario because, well, quite literally, they've won rounds like this before, or came close at the very least. And Duke is still alive. Duke is just on 8-1. Drone spearing ahead in front of him. It's not over, but obviously it's less than ideal. Mirrors are getting popped as well, so with this vertical play, will this create the opening? The Captain narrowly gets away, though, and honestly, if you wanted to come back, that would have been it. Z-Ping's coming out, and the Captain should die any second. Surely, someone just shoot him. There it is, Goons. 20 seconds left, though. Sooner than later, the attack's got to manifest something, and the mirror getting downed is something indeed. Slinky with the trade, though, and Nacho likely has taken any chance at winning this round away from ECLECTIQ. This should be Soup's first round, and it is.
Now that's just unfortunate because he accidentally ran into the alibi and got pinged. Then he got beaned. Unfortunate, but hey, for Soup, the opening frag finally went their way. They were able to convert off of it. Those slightly aggressive plays, but more than anything, ECLECTIQ not taking advantage of the very, very, very strong positions that the attackers always have. Big window. Oh, I had something stuck in my throat. But yeah, don't necessarily want to tell him, give away the secret, but
Okay, you need some water.
no.
You need a drink.
Nope. Yeah, I can take some of the Ciroc that those boys from the basement were bringing up.
Maybe. I mean, because Soup. I think a good start on this site would not losing pack right instantly. Could. I mean, just nothing in particular. It's not like ECLECTIQ did anything special. So let's see if Soup plays more reserved this round as a collective unit. I've seen the vaunted pack rat silence DMR before, and usually he means business with that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, what's the worst that could happen?
You mean what's the worst could happen? He could just die.
Yeah. We could flame him for not bringing the Roni because it's still a free 1-for-1.
You know, I've kind of relaxed on that. I'm more of a DMR person myself now.
Really?
Yep.
Intriguing.
At least on Rooney.
I like the Vortex Hollow. I don't know why people hate on it.
It's very okay. I'm not the biggest fan. I like the Roni crutch when there's some zoom.
But then the Commando just feels so good. Oh my gosh.
Hey, you know what's funny? We're talking about this. Guess what? If he had the Roni, they'd probably just
He probably gets that kill.
It just slices his head off.
Yep.
A little crack in the barricade, but instead he missed slightly, so he didn't get the kill, which he desperately needs right now.
He does. Packrat is down bad.
Oh, man, he
Can't even hit a Smelma.
I mean, kind of got it right. Small victory. You got like one little. I mean, X-Stars. Come on, man. Get out of the basement. Because the attack is coming through from the library. And whoever's up there will desperately need help.
Yeah.
If there's anyone there at all. There's just someone in Fireplace who just got droned out. X-Stars is going for a wild flank, by the way. Keep that in mind. As Packrat has been eliminated first, I don't know, for the however minute time. It's not going to exist. But will that be the distraction that allows for X-Stars to hit the flank of the century? He's going to have to do it now, sooner than later. But guess who was watching it, Duke? Of course. It's just Nacho left. Explosives going off above him. He's cowering in fear behind the bar. He'll get the first kill. A second as well. He could get this third one if he can pull out the shotgun in time. He does, but Goons saved ECLECTIQ from disaster, because that could have been ugly real quick. That could have been a Twitter clip really quickly.
I mean, it still might be. That first shot was kind of nasty.
He just casually hit that. Only he did it like in the mid round or something.
Yeah.
That one, everyone was dead.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't blame him. He's sitting on site, staying up, you know?
He's doing his best.
Team
While
let
the
him
team
down.
around him is just saying, "Hey, you want a free kill? Here you go. Swing me."
So, I mean, honestly, it's kind of unfortunate because I feel like if they had stayed up just a little bit longer, maybe the flank would have worked. Maybe Goons would have been more preoccupied with library than the flank. Just so happened to turn around. Maybe there was a flank camera. I don't know. Probably. but it's the little things.
Attackers need to
Fortunately, a lot of little things and huge things are just not going in the favor of Soup. To the extent that they're going to go downstairs, and I can bet you everything in my bank account. C-Dubs, they don't have a strategy for this. You're not going to see a crazy extension, are you?
I think they're just gonna be trying anything because at this point, I mean, they got some shield setups. That's, you know, killer shield, slight extension, whatever. Mozzie got a lot of good guns. Got the bandit and the Cade, making sure it's gonna not be very fun to open up all these walls, especially because Haiku, he's the only creature. I think that this might have caught ECLECTIQ a little bit off guard. I don't think they expected the Besamonte to be on the menu for site rotation.
I don't think that's how you say that in any language.
There goes a Twitch drone as well.
Underrated shot, by the way. He just sniped that out.
Yeah,
of
that was a. I was about to say he shot that right out of the air. That was a clean shot onto that drone. Man, it's a Twitch drone too. That's an important one to get.
Especially when you're talking about the Cade and the Bandit that are going to prevent the wall from going. They don't have the Mav. Like, how could they have foreseen such a site pick? So they're going to have to find out a way, one way or another, to get these claws and batteries off the walls. That's someone on West Main. Who has lost their mind and is on West Main? Is it X-Stars? X-Stars. Oh, never mind. I was about to say. Oh, I thought the drone died from West Main. I was like, no way. But we see. Duke's just gonna. Speaking of X-Stars, yeah, he's dead immediately. Well, my disc's gonna be the only obstacle to, I guess, impacting off these electric claws and bandit batteries. But surely that's not too much, right?
Yeah, it should be fine. Pretty much all they need. They don't need an entryway into the site. They just need the long line of vision, because or else you're gonna be swinging doors. But we've also seen that work very well.
What?
But the flank from Nacho does too. That West Main flank, probably the hardest flank to pull off in the entire game. But hey, Nacho still hits those. Sure, he's immediately refragged at the damage. Definitely was done. But man advantage, it still swings into the favor of the ECLECTIQ attackers. Now it's made even worse as IQ just gives a quick tap onto Slinky's forehead, leaving it just up to Snake as the bomb is going down. He's about to be in a post-plant position. Goons, Semi as well, all just sitting waiting for him to swing. That's exactly what he does. A couple flashes out, and boom, another shot. Another very underrated shot. Nice one coming out as ECLECTIQ. They confirmed the 5-1 split on the attacking half. Also, CJ, do you know what is a little bit alarming? Soup chose to defend.
Yeah, they also chose to ban Castle. I'm sure Castle would have been the difference, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Absolutely. I think that would have made it 4-2 instead. My humble personal opinion.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, they get to use their ban, like, right?
Maybe. I'm hoping. I'm praying.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
Maybe.
bombs as they
Just
can.
maybe.
Praying for a minute there. I thought the game was about to crash.
Somebody needs an SSD.
But, yeah.
Probably
I mean,
somebody on Soup, because ECLECTIQ, they've got SSZ. No, he's not doing that well right now. Mainly been the Duke show.
Duke is like Brandon Mayonnaise, isn't it?
Dukes. It's also a
Oh.
college.
Yeah.
Or my bad, a university.
5 seconds to insertion.
Really not much to say. I mean,
Attackers
we
detected.
could
Locate a bomb.
we could harp on Pack Rat some more.
We could.
I don't want to. Because, you know, as much...
ECLECTIQ, just
Attackers have located a
overall,
bomb.
looking at it, their attacks, they had the right ideas, and they had the proper execution. They punished the positions that Soup were playing. It's not like they were doing anything crazy, which I think honestly would have helped Soup out, trying to be a little bit more unpredictable, because ECLECTIQ, they're very well practiced on this map, and it shows. They know how to, clear a mezzanine shield, clear a top blue shield. They know how to take those gunfights. They're just kind of giving it to Soup.
I know we've beaten this to death too, but of course, this is Soup without the star player. Waltz is the IGL top fragger, support, entry fragging support demon that's not playing. And coach. So when you lose all that, it has a compounding effects on the team. It's so obvious. I mean, Snake, like, this is like night and day from the Snake that we're used to seeing. There's clearly some issues there. Like, I can only chalk up to losing one of their best players. Packrod just got pistoled again. C4 flying out from Duke. Gonna blow up.
He got pistoled by Duke again.
Yeah, he did. He did. He sure did. Sport Packrod. I mean, you can tell he's trying. Like, you know.
Yep.
He's pulling out the crazy mirrors. He's doing what he can. It's just, he's just getting pistoled. Z is gonna find X stars as well, and this is looking like ECLECTIQ's trying to go to sleep. Put us out of our misery. Soup. Put Soup out of their misery, more importantly. It's just Nacho and Snake. Snake will find Z. But I guess they just did not take into account that the goons, everyone preying on his downfall, on his flank. Or on their flank. It's just Snake, he's kind of lagging too. Firing out, but does not catch goons. Gone six onto the hatch to create stimuli for the rotating Jaeger, but it's just an
He's gonna have to
elongated.
dry peek shields with no util, and that's not fun.
You know, we're pretty much watching someone choke and just listening to the sounds. Just hopeless. 20 seconds left. Yeah, I mean, Snake's just playing for the CGG, for the SCS6. Because we do have statisticians that do really good work. And they're going to calculate this kill, Semi on a Snake. 6-1 lead for ECLECTIQ, and this one is just completely gotten away from Soup. And honestly, it hurts. It hurts to watch.
Yep. Yep. ECLECTIQ, one round away from staying alive for just another week in SCS. And Soup, their season will be ended prematurely. People say that the brightest flames burn out the fastest, but
Really was a bright flame, though. That's the thing.
they did have a very good qual too. They were fun to watch. They beat some good teams.
Last week, they almost beat...
They
really good
did
team.
almost beat ECLECTIQ.
I mean, that was...
Where I really thought they were going to.
Yeah, you really thought I thought there was zero chance off.
After map 1, I was like, oh my goodness.
Bomb located by attacker.
I'm like, Soup is a part of the, you know, they're part of the trifecta. What is it? Mystic, Surf, and Aerial Academy. Add Soup in there, right? At this point, you forget Soup. We had an ECLECTIQ. And Z.
ECLECTIQ did get kind of mollywopped by one shot though.
They did. It's
Well,
one shot.
but they might be booking might be, you know, hopping on open table and making a reservation for their date, their little rematch.
5 seconds left.
And I mean, when you keep in mind as well, I've said it, you know, ECLECTIQ, this is a,
Heading out to defuse a bomb.
these guys, like, this is their first big shebang, right? Their first big thing was against one shot. X-Star's gonna just snipe Semi. I guess there was a double spawn peak going on there, a high-low spawn peak. Semi's dead. But,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, this is a young team in ECLECTIQ. Like, these aren't guys that have been playing since Skull Rain or anything, right? These are just, it's a new generation of guys just started playing. And they've made it this far to the decider, at best, the decider match in Group B. And that's worth something. Duke!
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just shooting different. And again, it's like, you know, you learn new names, you learn new guys. At the very least, right? They just became very marketable for their futures, even if they don't make it out of this bracket somehow.
I mean, yeah, and we can give a round of applause to players like Packrat, who just got his first kill. Let's go, Packrat. Here we go. Yeah, round of applause. But for Soup, I mean, I guess let's harbor back to Eclectic, because these are the kind of stories that we really like to see at SCS, where players that you just have no idea come in, they take names. Duke, Goons, Z, Haiku, Semi. Who were they before? We didn't know, but now we definitely do. They're one round away from knocking down Soup, but Soup also don't want to drift quietly into the night. They're going to make Eclectic work for this, and right now, it's going to have a lot of work to be done as Packrat takes out Z's, trying to take out Duke. But Duke doesn't want to roll over either. It's a 1v3 situation. Make that a 1v2. Goodbye, Snake. He just got obliterated. All of a sudden, this is a very winnable round, CJ.
Duke is the last person you want to frag chase against, and unfortunately, Packrat just, he was going for the Twitter clip, but Nacho's gonna close this round out for Soup, thankfully, because that could have been bad. Duke is just, he's snapping on the drones, he's snapping on the heads. It's, you don't want to peek a guy like that. You don't want to just carelessly charge into a man like that. They almost paid the price for it, but Soup stay alive rather, just a little bit longer. I also think it's hilarious. I mean, Heiko's like the only one that's tagged up. Like, what is this team pride? It's non-existent. To be fair,
Yep.
I guess Soup isn't tagged up either. But Soup, like, we've done the bit.
There's a
like,
pug sack versus an actual orb.
yeah, like they called each other up. Yo, want to play the quills? Eclectic's a squad. I want to see team tags going forward. Eclectic. But yeah, this is just.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
We could talk about it all day. It's always nice to see.
We
new
can.
people. It is. So, a kitchen defense once more. Quite frankly, last round I don't know what actually went wrong. I don't know where the ship left the dock for Eclectic last round and where it got away from them, but
yeah, I mean, I guess it was overconfidence. Eclectic kind of just sent 2 people immediately outside the building.
that's true.
That's true.
I didn't want to say because I didn't see it for sure. I didn't see it like with my eye, right? That
Could have been a
was
cheeky
high-low.
play. You know, that's one of those ones that had it worked, we would have been praising it, but it didn't, so we get to roast it. That's you know, one of the perks of being a caster.
I don't know. I thought it was like a high-lowing. I'm like, I was like,
Could have been saucy.
because I mean, high-low spawn peaks are, I mean, that is very valid. Trust me. Semi's gonna die again. This time I don't think he was spawn peak. He's just walking around as Cade. You know, I was roasting Packrat for being around downstairs as Cade. What are you doing, semi-truck? Walking around. Probably putting a Cade claw down there, actually. And well, Packrat goes to shoot it and instantly dies himself. Just really late on the Cade claw, honestly. That's like the first thing I would have done.
Now 2 people have died for 1 single claw.
One Cade claw is already dead. Alrighty. So, I guess the good news for both teams, it's still a 44 for everybody. So no one's kind of out of the round yet. Slinky's had a very tough time this game. Looking to try to do something on that K9 door. Z as well. I mean, Z actually cooled off quite a bit. And when I say quite a bit, I mean, I think literally all the heat transferred to Duke.
Maybe. I mean, Duke doing pretty well. Been saying it. Wants to take this long-range gunfight, and man, he gets dropped straight off the face of the earth. And with half the round left to go, I mean, Soup, they're showing signs of life once again. But is it a little too late, CJ? Considering they're on match point, they've got to win 4 in a row just to push overtime. They cannot afford any mistakes. You have to just keep on pushing through. You have to keep on playing flawlessly. At least they have the chalet attacks in order to do so. They have the vertical control that they need. They can apply that pressure with the breaching charges that Slinky has in his back pocket, as well as Nacho. But seems like they're also hunting a player downstairs. They have intel on him. Pinch. Maybe some bullets soon.
Whole lot of action around a pretty honestly useless part of the map. So they're all going to rotate off. Goons, I don't know, if I'm Goons, I'm like, why are they pushing me? I'm just in Wine Cellar as me. He puts the shield down in front of everybody. Haiku. Oh my goodness. The golden rule of smoke is once you've thrown the smoke at the shield like that, you don't try to pick it up again. Missed opportunity from the Arunia Z. And he's just going to keep running. He's running. He is moving. He has no destination. He just be running. The C4 goes out and denies the plant elsewhere, and Z's finally going to get eliminated by Slinky. But time is of the essence. Zofia has just been dominant this round. Gets his third in X-Stars with the coverage in the flank wash. Will keep Soup alive once more. They are not going quietly into the good night.
Nope, they got put in their coffin. It got shut. They're the ones kicking and shaking and trying to break the seams. Right, CJ? I'm just going to say, yeah. Good job. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Going to bar gaming now. Very defendable site for ECLECTIQ. Looked pretty good while doing so last time. Was a flawless round in their favor. Poor Soup couldn't even burn a mez or a blue shield. It was very unfortunate. The flanks came through, which hopefully for the side of Soup, they watch the solar stairs, or else they are going to get slaughtered once again.
Also to be concerned of a C4. Dukes threw a C4 last time. It was just kind of a symbolic C4. It was nothing in particular, just property damage, but could be one that lands this round. So it's something worth keeping your eye out for. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, last two rounds as literally just Semi is just it. Whether he was high-lowing on a spawn peak or just, I don't know, just putting a claw down too late. It's been opening kills that Soup hasn't necessarily had to work too hard to get. So I'm wondering at what point does ECLECTIQ, who again, keep in mind, is an inexperienced team somewhat, when will they just say, all right, we're going to force them to beat us? So far, it hasn't really felt like that. And I know they have a huge lead, but obviously, huge leads can disappear. I don't know, I think literally every game we've watched has had some sort of... Well, I don't think you were there or for the game earlier today, but...
I was not.
It was a 5-1 lead.
I was eating food, and then, yeah.
There's a 5-1 lead that was blown. So it's not impossible. And as a young team, like, you learn that the hard way through trial and error, and hopefully, if you're ECLECTIQ, you don't want to learn that right now against Soup.
Nope.
You don't want to have a game where you have regrets that you didn't close it out. So sooner than later, like I said, you want that tight gameplay. Minimize the mistakes. Minimize the high-octane gameplay. Snake's going to peer around the corner here. Trying to get with the shield. I mean, again, you said it earlier. They struggled mightily with dealing with this.
They did not get either of them last time. And Semi was able to waste a lot of time while they were trying to burn with his smoke canister. It seems like the first one's probably going to... Oh, no. Slinky hit the box. And that's so unfortunate because if you looked, there was also a mute jammer on that shield, so the Flores drone of X-Stars cannot remove that shield. They can burn all they want. I don't know if Slinky has... Actually, yes, he does have two. Yep, got the shield. Good job. But will they be able to get the Mez shield? Maybe with the Flores. Hopefully this time. Yeah. Attack is looking a lot better for Soup. Got to give him that one.
More important, they still haven't dealt with this player in library, and there's absolutely no one anywhere near the library balcony providing pressure from a reverse direction, meaning, well, this is going to come down to a melee in the final minute of the round. See who's going to actually have control of library. Someone's still on blue stairs as well, just kind of lurking, causing problems. I think one player pushing through kitchen for Soup, late round. Could be an opportunity worth looking out for late. I believe that's Slinky. Yeah, Slinky's just going to crouch walk through Z Hall. So this is going to be interesting. Hold on to your seats, grab your popcorn, because this might just decide if ECLECTIQ can continue on. You see the Jaeger rotating through the basement as well to the lobby. And yes, sooner than later, Soup, you've got to get something. You've got to gather control. They still haven't necessarily wrestled control of Library yet. Aiko's still up in there. Goons is holding down Lobby as well. Aiko's finally going to be taken out in Library, but again, 10 seconds now. Flying over from the top ropes are two defenders. They're both taken out, leaving just Slinky. And his push through Z does not work out for him. ECLECTIQ will be going on to your decider match in Group B. And Soup, unfortunately, for the Soup fans, will be eliminated from SCS Season 6.
You know, the Siege Gods demand sacrifices. If I had a candle, I would light it for Soup. But I don't have a candle.
Me neither.
My parents don't like candles, so while I'm visiting them, I can't have candles. Also, once again, I would light it for Soup, but they're running SCS6. It is over. Their light, it burned out the quickest. They are the first team eliminated. Not honored. We'll stay with them forever.
I mean, and it's not like, when you say first team eliminated, yeah, that's going to look bad on the Liquipedia page, right? You're going to be like, what, 13th to 16th or whatever? Wikipedia. Listen, Soup, when they had Waltz, we're looking like contenders.
They almost beat Aqualix, who beat One Shot. So
exactly. They had Aqualix looking silly.
Arguably, I think that they should have beaten Aqualix, but they threw on the second map.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Coulda, shoulda, woulda. And this team, I think if there's any team that can say we coulda, shoulda did this, it's Soup. Anyone can make that excuse, it's Soup. That team with Waltz was looking next up. But unfortunately, Waltz was out with an ACL tear. Right? He had an injury. He couldn't play.
He had to go drive somewhere.
So that's unfortunate.
Car.
It truly is unfortunate, but it's a strong run regardless. And if you're ECLECTIQ, man, I'm happy as well. I mean, we're talking Soup this, Soup that. The Soup is cold. The Soup, throw it out.
Leftovers, spoiled, just
throw out that leftover Soup, right? Because ECLECTIQ, the team name we could hardly pronounce at one point. I don't know, but they qualified ECLECTIQ.
It's not electric. It's eclectic.
It's not eccentric. No, it's ECLECTIQ. These guys, Z, Duke, new stars on the block. And you're only gonna see that type of thing here on SCS. So, what a run.
Also, they get a rematch. Get a rematch with One Shot. CJ.
They sure do.
And you know, there's gonna have to be some sort of difference maker because One Shot was a 2-0 last time. I want to implore an option for the ECLECTIQ players that every single one of them should do before their game. First off, you know, wake up, get a good night's sleep. Before you even wake up, get a good night's sleep. Make sure you eat a couple square meals. You'll get a quick pump in. You'll get a quick workout. You come home, take your shower, you warm up. While you're warming up, probably eat some myconite. That's how you really level up your game, right, CJ? It has a whole bunch of fruity flavors. They're delicious. They're amazing. Even the Mega Mix, which has even more flavors. You know, the first, 5 or 7 flavors weren't enough for you. Buy the Mega Mix is even better. Level up your game with Myconite.
Level up your game indeed. I'm gonna cry. I really like Soup. Honestly, it's one of them. You know, it's one of those ridiculous team names too. Like, I'm not gonna be able to sit here and cast and try to keep a straight face when I say Soup has won the round. But
good Soup.
They're our first sacrifice in SCS. They played their hearts out.
Duke went crazy. Back-to-back maps.
Duke?
It was like second frag on Oregon, top frag on Chalet.
MVP chance from the crowd.
Yep. 1.8. 5-0. The biggest thing would be the 5-0 on entry. Fun fact, 2 of those were pistol kills. Let's win. Boom.
Packrat was just his, he sunned Packrat this game, so hopefully we aren't going to talk to him. We're going to talk to someone else from ECLECTIQ, I believe. Ask them about how in the world they got to this point. Hopefully introduce us into the life of an upcoming Tier 3 team. So who do we have here? Koala. How are you doing? We saw your pre-recorded interview. I know we're going to do a live one, Koala. I need you to answer some questions, man.
Yep.
I need you to answer some questions about Duke and Z. Where did these guys come from? Why are they so good? And why are they up next?
I mean, I know for a fact they did not come from this planet. They're just on something else. Like I've known Z for a long time, like a few years. He's always been like grinding in ranked and shit. Sorry.
You're fine. You're not the first one. You're not the first one to do it. You're fine.
Duke, same story. Like they've been grinding it. Like they want to improve. They want to get better. They want to win. And I think that's all there really is to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really speaks to the fact that, like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, Walla. I didn't know who they were before they qualified. When they qualified, I'm like, Z, right? Z, Duke with 2 E's. I had no idea who these guys were. But it just goes to show you, these guys are just grinding. They're improving. And I asked them a couple questions myself. I wanted you to kind of back me up on this. These are guys, like, as a collective, as a team, these are guys that just kind of came out of, this is their first competitive, like, anything, right? This isn't really like, they haven't been around that long, right? How long have you guys even been a team? How long have you been at it to this extent?
So I believe they all got together, at least 4 of them. I think Duke is the newest, but it was like 2 months ago. 2 months ago that they all came and, you know, made a team, and they've been like doing some like go fors and stuff up until the SCS quals, DAL quals, and in all honesty, like we don't practice like a ton. Like we get our scrims in, like we're trying to get more done, but yeah, like a month maybe of like actual working on everything. Like,
wow. And I mean, the more I hear about this, the more it like blows my mind. 'Cause you guys look like you're up there with the other your 3 teams. And well, if you would like to join the ranks of those teams, well, you got to get past 1 shot. So what's your plan? What's you guys' plan in the rematch? How are you going to take these guys down and play them a lot closer than your previous one, which didn't go too hot in your first outing in SCS?
I think that first game, they showed us like why the practice is so important, like why we need to be doing the stuff we're doing. I think that today it was a much better showing. Like in the 1-shot game, we would get advantages fairly often, and we would just like we just couldn't convert it. Like there was just no discipline. People were just swinging when they just did not need to. And I think today, like Soup, they were doing a similar thing, and we just weren't. And that's like what it came down to. When we had the advantage, we slowed down. We took our time, and we like decided what we needed to do next to win.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely that's a curious thing with 1-shot, just closing out rounds when you have the chance. Even listen, Qual, don't be so down on yourself, man. Because let me tell you, team that just got promoted to NAL had these same problems against 1-shot. They couldn't close a damn round against those guys. They're trying to flank red at 2 minutes, doing goofy stuff, not able to close rounds out. So maybe that is the difference, and maybe that'll be the difference that propels you to the playoffs, my man, because you're right there. Just 1 more game. And you know what? I became a believer. I became a believer over the past week, and I hope those of you watching also became believers. Koala, everyone. Koala of ECLECTIQ. Thank you for your time, and thank you for the beautiful match.
Yep.
It was a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Yaps.
Too easy for Dagoons.
And they're preying on Goons' downfall. Why are they doing that? I don't know. Goons seems like a reasonable guy to me.
You cannot complain about being +9, neutral, 1.3 rating. Solid stuff. He's the opposite of Nacho.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the chips were just stale with Nacho, to be honest.
Yeah.
Some
Didn't
stale
use the right
chips.
cheese.
Yeah, we got the wrong cheese. We got the
They
value
put blue cheese on nachos, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, why is this working?
I don't know what happened with Nacho. I mean, I think the team environment was probably, I wish I could have interviewed the loser, but I mean, obviously you don't want to interview the loser for obvious reasons, but right. There were probably internal mesh issues there led to Nacho doing it. Because I really like Nacho. I really liked what I saw of Nacho previously. Packrat, again, he's a maniac. Packrat is literally plays like his head's on fire. I think it would have worked out a lot better if they had their full team. But at the end of the day, it's not about what I think. It's not about what I believe. It's not about what I hoped and dreamed. Scoops out of it. And, well, pour the 40 out for him.
But do you know what it is about, CJ? It's about time for the sweet play of the day. Presented by Mike and I.
Let's see.
What do you think this play is? Do you think it was there a gigantic standout play in the first game that I missed?
Considering Grave literally told us. The only spoiler I'll give y'all is it wasn't from the first game. We just watched it.
Attackers
Z was just, you know, you didn't miss if you missed map number one, rather. Z was just murdering everything. This round was no different. See, he's rotating, throwing grenades, killing the raid boss Snake, and look at him. Single-handedly takes control of Pillar. Watch how he does it. Because I actually want to see this again. I don't know how he got down
I
the
do.
stairs.
He hit ridiculous shot after ridiculous shot.
So X-Stars thought, X-Stars thought, yo, I get to peek. I'm gonna do something, right? Nope. Gets folded.
That's a Moss check shot.
Yep.
Here's another one. Moss.
Nacho cheese. And then
Moss.
that guy, he was probably just like, what happened to me? He just died. He just at the kill
Got
feed.
pre-fired into Narnia.
He actually
But
lost
unfortunately, you would
dropped
think
like-
after all this, he can't possibly lose this round. Nope. Packrat. He hit the weight room.
Hit the weight room. He's getting physical. He's pre-firing.
Z. He felt the pressure. He didn't think. I don't know. But, you know, was a lot of really nice shots for Z. You got to give it to him. Those were some stinky shots. Those were sweet.
I'm gonna try to replicate that when I play. See if I can be as good as he is.
And here we have the bracket for Group B. Almost completed. One singular game next week that will be the decider of who makes it out. Will it be one shot? Will it be eclectic? It's going to be the rematch of week 1 to decide that one. Soup, bye-bye. Aqualix, hello playoffs. As they punch their ticket in.
Raise your hand if you thought Aqualix was gonna come out of the group 2-0.
I thought they were going to come out 2-1. I'm going to be real.
Me too.
Shout out Exile and Hat. New pickups.
I didn't think One Shot would be the team down there.
With no roster changes.
But he is. New Aqualix looking spicy on One Shot, hoping that they can carry some momentum. I don't know if this game is that game gonna be next week?
Should be next week. We'll see them in SI Quals this weekend.
Yeah, so if they lose in SI Quals, they're gonna be Maldini going into this SCS game, trying to get to the Pro Am. So stick around for that. Stick around for tomorrow. We've got more games all week, you guys. All week we're gonna be doing some SCS and enjoying it. So stick around. I've been Cookies. He's been CDAPS. We will see you at another time.